Hello, hello. Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, Maheshwara Sutras, lesson 122. In this lesson, we shall be focusing upon Sthapatya of Maheshwara Sutras. The text is in letters. This is to be translated in numbers, and then parallel is to be reached at Sthapatya. So letters text is like A, E, U, Ana for Sutra 1, and its translation in numbers takes us to 13, and Sthapatya takes us from here to H 3.5, and this takes us to 4 space, within which 12-edged cube acquires an additional edge, so it becomes a 13-edged cube, and its Sthapatya is 3.5, half unit body, as H1 is 3 and half is taking us to that 4 space is of a spatial dimensional order, and when it's only one edge is being taken, that is when only half unit is being taken, then the manifestation feature is going to be like this. So Maheshwara Sutra 1, A, E, U, Ana, letters text, when translated into numbers text, it gives us 1, 2, 3, and 7, and same when is proceeded ahead for its Sthapatya, it takes us to 13-edged cube, and this 13-edged cube, as is availing its half dimension, because spatial dimension, it is of these features, and it is half of 2. This is 3 space, is half and 2, and we know that 3.5 and 3.5 together make 7, and it becomes small h2. These are the features which deserve to be appreciated and which are to be reached within creator's space. So within 4 space, Sthapatya Maheshwara Sutra 1 is a reach of this Sthapatya. In continuity, when we will be comprehending the organization of the second sutra, second Maheshwara Sutra, where Ka Shiv will lead us to value 14, and 14 is 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. It makes H4. This is the latest text of Maheshwara Sutra 2. It is the numbers text, and the Sthapatya is of this reach. So, Sutra 1 reach is as of 13 edged cube. The 13th edge is the manifestation along the fourth dimension of a four space. Step ahead, we reach here as 5 space is the origin, which splits and it makes the hypercube 4 reach. So reach here. This is Sthapatya progression. The Sthapatya format of Maheshwara Sutras from Sutra 1 to Sutra 2 is of the progression steps. The third Maheshwara Sutra coordinates the vowel, 6th vowel and 7th vowel with Anumanda Nga as 6, 7 and 5 of total TC value 18, which is summation value of 3, 4, 5 and 6, 4 folds of hypercube of 5, which is playing the role of an origin of a four space. One may have a pause here and take note that this Sthapatya progression from Sutra 1 as 13 edged cube to Sutra 2 as hypercube 4 has a reach at third Sutra as 5 space origin of a 4 space. One shall sit comfortably and have sequential comprehension of this Sthapatya format progression of the Maheshwara Sutras. 3 space, in 3 space, in a linear order space, we are having 12 edged cube. But in 4 space, the 12 edged cube acquires an additional edge because of the availability of the fourth dimension. And as the next step is of a force hypercube 4 itself, and the next step is the transcendental origin of 4 space. Now the fourth sutra is the 8th and 9th vowels coordination. Anubandha is Cha. The number translation is 8, 9 and 2. This is 19 and it is hypercube 5 of a half unit. Let us have a pause here and let us see how the Sthapatya referencer is to be updated with respect to the Sthapatya progression of the Maheshwara Sutras. Maheshwara Sutras are 14 in number. Its first 4 sutras are coordinating vowels. there are 9 vowels, and these are being coordinated as 3, 2, 2, and 2. See, 3 is 1, 1, and 1, and its transition is then 2, 2, and 2. It is this feature which deserves to be properly comprehended, imbibed, and sadhakas shall update one's Sthapatya referencer in the context of Maheshwara Sutras as that the 9 vowels and value 9 is G4 raised to power 9, 9 versions of hypercube 4, 9 geometries of 4 space. So these 9 versions are there because of the solid boundary of 8 components, and this that way leads to -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, and +1, +2, +3, and +4. These are 9 signatures, geometries of 4 space. It is this coordination which is being taken up by Maheshwara Sutras, or in other words, Maheshwara Sutras are availing this 9 signature geometries of 4 space as formats, and these formats as the translation values of these sutras are 13, 14, 18, and 19, and as this is equal to 3.5, here is H4, here is H5, and here is small h5. These progression being there, so in our Sthapatya referencer, specific mention be made as to how the 12-edged cube is acquiring 13th edge within 4 space because of the availability of the 4th dimension, and then it amounts to high manifestation of 4 space itself. Then it is of a 5 space, but we know that 5 space is having 6 space as its origin, and as such the manifestation of this origin is h5 and small h5. 18 plus 19 is 37. It is this value which is the TC value of formulation Shri Bhagavan. Lord Krishna participates in the divine dialogue of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as Shri Bhagavan, and it is of value 37. And it is this value which means the 6th space as h5 and small h5 is manifested within 4 space as origin of a 5 space. These all features deserve to be mentioned in one's Sthapatya. As far as the TC value dictionary is concerned, for it here, the number 64 is equal to 4 raised to power 3. So, number 4 raised to power 1, 4 raised to power 2, and 4 raised to power 3 is the progression. We know that 4 square, 4 cross 4, when is manifested as 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4, 5, 6, 7, then these sum up value 64. And we know that this diagonal here, 4 space is dimension, here 4 space is boundary, here 4 space is domain, and here 4 space is origin. But the value throughout along the diagonal remains 4. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well as to how the diagonal in fact the diagonal of values 4 at each step. It is this feature which further brings to focus is that when we are in 4x4, then see that each line is having 4 points and diagonal as well is having 4 points. So the points as 0 points and points as 1 points is linear units. So the length here stands transcended, dispensed with. It is this feature of the organization of Vedic systems which deserves to be comprehended well as to how from points of Euro space to points of 1 space or from points of 2 space, points of 3 space, the mayors in between, the units in between are dispensed with or transcended. It is this dispensing with or transcendence of the units which is the main achievement of the Vedic systems. Further, we will be knowing that when we will be having a pair of spaces together like a raised to power 3 is to 6b square or a raised to power n is to 2n b raised to power n minus 1. That is when two spaces are being simultaneously changed, then it will amount to dispensing of a pi as 2 pi r and 4 pi r square. The dispensation will be for the pi. It is this ratio which will permit us to dispense with pi. So dispensing with the units and curvature is the main achievement of Vedic systems. We will be coming to it subsequently, but for the present, when we are updating our Sthapatya referencer and when we are updating our TCB dictionary in the context of Sutras 1 to 4, then all these features deserve to be comprehended well. These are to be imbibed fully, and the same are also to be incorporated in one's Sthapatya referencer as well as in our TCB dictionary. And then this is to be extended, continued further from Sutra 1 to 4 to Sutras 5 to 14. These two make distinct groups, as here the coordination is of vowels, while here the coordination is of consonants. We know number 4 is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and 10 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 for 4. So this is an affine, and here is progressive. Both these features are, when taken together, make 14, which is takes us to hypercube 4, is spatial order. And number 4 is also having the features 2 plus 2 and 2 cross 2, and still ahead minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, and still further 2 raised to power 4 is equal to 4 raised to power 2. These are the features which make number 4 as a very valuable enrichment placements, as the first 3 whole numbers or the non-composite numbers but 4 is the first composite number, and it is this distinctive feature of number 4 which is to be availed while we will be updating our Sthapatya referencer in respect of the Sthapatya progression of Maheshwara Sutras 1 to 4. However, when we will be at